get on the stand and stir fry that nigga. So what you gonna say when a staff said Cassie trying to run away and Diddy sent them to go get her and go find her, the security, the staff,
Y'all, they
all this?
found that other sex worker
You still gonna
who
say she
was
got a stick
already
around,
out
nigga?
there in 2014 telling
He
us we
controlling
didn't
her career,
listen.
nigga. He
Shout
got a
out to
10-year
Ticket.
contract, a
Very
10-year,
good
a 10 album
content.
contract, but only
Very
put out
good.
one album
Very
the first year,
knowledgeable.
and they got 9 albums she owed this nigga. And he decides when her music goes in or out. He control her whole career. See, the crazy part is when his own people, because all his own people don't turn on that nigga. They all testify against him. So what you capping ass niggas gonna say then? I'm for all the smoke. All of it, nigga. Keep coming with them comments. I'm from all of this shit, nigga. Hard body around here, nigga. With facts.
We're going to get
You said
into
Jennifer
it.
Lopez left his ass after the incident. Jennifer Lopez wasn't.
Let's get into it.
19. Y'all niggas coming here capping, nigga.
Remember, y'all, Cassie was only 19 when she met up with Diddy. He promised her a music career. She had one CD that she made, one, and she had a contract to make 10. So we already know what that was about.
You already know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. And y'all already know I'm cooking every day. I'm stir frying these niggas every day, nigga. Link. To be, man. I'm a cooker in real life.
Okay, we're going to get into the video.
Guilty and I'm filthy, nigga. Come on.
I want to get into this. You know, Cassie is on there testifying.
I live off shrimp,
It should be kind of hard to be doing that. And you're, what, 8.5 months pregnant?
What about a regular man?
So let's get into it. Let's get into it.
You don't know the law?
Tell me, what y'all think?
Oh, he had them. He been running with the current mayor since they was young boys.
A lot of people say, why didn't Cassie tell? You got to understand, he had her under wraps. She was basically a virgin. She wanted a career. So, you know, she was kind of starstruck. He didn't see her good for her music. He saw her good for sex freak-offs.
You can get this cooking next, sir. You can get this cooking next. And then y'all don't understand.
Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We're going to get into it.
What these people will threaten to do to your family, your friends, your loved ones.
Yeah, they're going to prove that coercion.
People are in fear of that.
Hit the like button.
Straight up. You guys, something's wrong with y'all, man. And I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it.
Your ticket gets into it.
I'm a whole different cloth, man. I'm going to fix it.
I guess we're taking a little intermission until they're ready to come into the courtroom.
Right? The government says the defense has sent us a zip file of text messages. Right? We are reviewing them before raising it. The judge says, I appreciate that. The government says the defense has still not shown us exhibits they may use in cross-examination of Mrs. Material. We are worried this will continue. Diddy's lawyer says we're making several chains of text messages. They had these documents in their possession for 8 months before we got it. The judge says we are here. We were told there's half a day left of direct. Could you give him at lunch? That's what the judge asked. Listen, man, let me tell y'all what Diddy's lawyers are going to try and do. Diddy's lawyers going to try to sit up here and they want to make it seem like, oh, Cassie was down with it. She was down with it, bro. We already understand Cassie was trying to make him happy. She said this on the stand. The out-of-pocket variety show salute, homie. She said this on the stand. You know what I'm saying? So You guys gotta understand this. Cassie did what Eminem did in that freestyle battle on 8 Mile, or 9 Mile, excuse me. He did that. Cassie don't already told you all her flaws before they can come on the stand and tell you anything about her. She don't told you that, yeah, I love the dude. I wanted to make him happy. I wanted to do this for him. But then I didn't want to do it once he had me doing things I didn't want to do. So it doesn't matter all this shit these lawyers gonna say about, oh, well, you wanted to do that. That shit don't matter. He's still gonna get caught up on the solicitation of prostitution, 15, 20 years. He's still gonna get caught up on the RICO, 15, 20 years. To life. And he's still gonna get caught up on the sex trafficking. And guess what? Y'all still got multiple victims after this. How they gonna fight off all those other victims? They're gonna say all those other victims are lying? Man, this nigga going to hell and to jail. So they're gonna have to say all those other victims are lying too about everything they say. They all lie. All of them just made all this shit up coming here. We here for no reason, man. Get out of here, man. Denied this man bail 3 times, and all these fools think they lying.
Like no business we know. Woman.
Brands care about 2 things in media. One they love, other they hate. Growth moves brands forward. Waste holds them back. Love growth. Hate waste. At Tumility, our technology reveals the truth, enabling our people to create growth for brands that defines the category. Tumility. Love growth, hate waste.
Make it make sense. You right. Kanye West ain't even tweeting like he was tweeting no more. He set his ass down and calmed them tweets down, man. Yeah, I'm not going to tweet right now today because, see, I got to watch to see what's going on. See if my name is, Ye. Yeah, like that, though. Person said, where's the other victims? You ain't going to see them till later on in the trial. See, everybody in the comment section, they sprinting when this thing is a marathon, baby. They sprinting when this thing is a marathon. This ain't no sprint. This a marathon. Cassie gonna be back on the stand all day today. Probably all day tomorrow. Y'all just getting the beginning of her testimony. Everybody want to get to the clothesline. I mean, to the finishing line right now. You're not getting to the finishing line on day 2. Rome was not built in one day. These people are painting a picture for y'all. What do they do? Going from the beginning. They're painting an entire picture. At the end of the picture, you're going to see everything. You're going to see how it originated. It originated from Cassie wanting to love and please this guy. Then it went to Diddy taking advantage of her. Beating her ass, controlling her, having her do all these illegal acts. Then it's going to go to Diddy's team, his own team, knowing that he's in shit and turning on him and giving testimony saying that he was doing this shit. Then it's going to turn to showing the paperwork of the transactions. Then Diddy's defense is going to be, oh, well, they're all lying. It was all consensual. We didn't pay anybody. And then the jury's going to go to the back and confer and be told the instructions on what sex trafficking is, what prostitution solicitation is, and what racketeering is. And they're going to come out and find this nigga guilty. And then the judge is going to come back at sentencing and get his whole ass nigga life. Period. And we out. All this other stuff, it's just we having fun in between. Shout out to Ethel White and the Cash App with donation. Salute to you. I'll check on that. Appreciate you. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. And you know what? A lot of them dudes in the industry know what Diddy is, but them niggas scared themselves. You know what I'm saying? So, Diddy's lawyer says, the defense says, our paralegal is working them out. The government says they should have turned over these exhibits to us on April the 27th. Today is May the 14th. Man, these people crazy as hell. The judge says that Ms. Garagos, that's the Diddy's lawyer, handling this issue, we did have a schedule. As you mark them, why shouldn't you be required to turn them over? Right? Diddy's lawyer, Mr. Anglifo, answers, Rule 16 does not contemplate these carve-outs. We are not behind the 8 ball on this. We have complied with Rule 16. I will be surprised if the government only has another 3 hours with Mrs. Ventura, but whatever. Diddy's lawyers are crazy. Diddy's lawyers are crazy. We here for a long day with Cassie. Somebody said, don't forget about Lil Rod. Lil Rod's not in this case. If Lil Rod was in this case, he'd not be sitting up there in that jury. I mean, not in the jury. He wouldn't be sitting up there in that courthouse just watching like that if he was involved in this case. That's how y'all know all them people they naming, them people ain't even there in that courthouse. That's how you know. That's how you know that shit gonna get real when they start testifying, right? And it's gonna be how Diddy gonna overcome his former president of Bad Boy Records going up there talking about how he's a piece of shit and all the things that Diddy did. How he gonna overcome that? Make that make sense. And all them other witnesses that the government gonna call up. You know what I mean? Unbreakable Strong Woman by Nina says, I have a question. Should Cassie be held accountable for the people she had victimized with Diddy? What about those victims? What people you talking about? Unbreakable Strong Woman by Nina. What people you talking about? You talking about the sex workers that they paid to have sex with? Who you talking about? You said, should Cassie be held accountable for the people? What people? You said she had victimized with it. What people did she victimize with it? You said, question, didn't Cassie say she liked having freak offs sometimes? She wanted to make them happy? In a court of law at a certain age, aren't you responsible for your actions? Ma'am, you obviously are lost on this whole situation. Let me explain this to you again, right? Cassie said that she originally agreed to have a freak off with Diddy because she wanted to make him happy. She said that Diddy introduced him, or her, to oral sex. Oral sex, right? I want you to think about this. Then they started doing freak offs, but the freak offs involved more drugs. The freak offs involved more humiliation, more time, and she's getting peed on. She said she didn't want to do it anymore. But Diddy kept forcing her to do it, filling her up with drugs and telling her, look, this is what you got to do, period. And when she tried to leave, he sent security, staff, all these other people to go find her ass. He'd take her phone, her laptop, and all her things from her. Have her trapped somewhere. Multi-million-dollar resources. Right? And let me tell you this, man. I'm not saying Cassie's perfect because she's not perfect. But there's a certain thing that you could call, Nina, yeah, I think that's your name. There's a certain thing that you call cooperation. What are you talking about, Ticket? This is why you guys don't read the paperwork. It happens all the time in court. What is that? That is when victims give proper agreements in exchange for lighter sentences, no sentences. Read the paperwork right there. The government has provided detailed proffers of each victim's anticipated testimony and corroborating evidence. Proffer agreements. So what they do is they give proffer agreements. So what happens is the feds will investigate. And if the feds see that they feel like these people were coerced or this and the third, man, depending on your crime or depending on what you did, right? You helping them get the ringleader can help you get time off. So this is the reason why Diddy has a one-man RICO. Because when the feds went to go get Diddy in his case, they needed all those people that was around Diddy, that was protecting Diddy, to testify against Diddy, to solidify the conviction against Diddy. Period. Right? Right? So I want you to understand that. That's the part you missing. You know what I mean? Now, you said the young white boy is no better than nobody else. He allowed Cassie to go through this shit to then marry her. That's a lie. The white boy was nothing but a trainer. He wasn't privy to all the other stuff that was going on at that time. What are you talking about? The white boy literally was a trainer that Diddy hired. He wasn't a sex worker. He wasn't behind the scenes seeing what's going on. He was a trainer. You're passing misinformation, ma'am. Learn what you're talking about. You're in here just saying anything and you sound like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. The white guy was a trainer. The trainer ain't privy to what the hell Diddy got going on in their personal lives. The trainer comes and he's going to be in the gym waiting on Cassie to come to the gym. He's a trainer, not on the inside circle. What are you talking about? You don't even know. I don't even think you know what you're talking about. You trying to blame a trainer, and the trainer is in the gym. And no, Chicken don't need to be less aggressive in his delivery. Chicken need to be more aggressive in his delivery because people need to get BTA, belt to ass, because we live in an absolute devilish, demonic, disgusting, degrading world. And sometimes the good word needs to be spoken harshly so people can get it through their thick skulls. Come here with no soft talk. What's wrong with you? That's the problem right now. Everybody wants, come on, guys, come on. No, we finna stand on business. Diddy's lawyer says that we don't think it's required, but we'll do it. Luckily, we have a sizable defense team, so we can do it. The judge says, Ms. Kami, what do you want? The government says, we want their exhibits, not a trial by ambush. I want them now. I will find the cases. The judge says, you don't have to put it in a letter. You can just email me the cases and I'll take a look at them. Right?
Neutrogena Ultra Sheer. Sunscreen you can't feel.
Are you throwing away money on your car insurance?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Try Insurify. We help you compare quotes and save half on your car insurance.
I like it when things are convenient and save me lots of money.
Go to Insurify.com and save up to $1,000 a year on your car insurance.
Vacation starts with VA. All that you love, all in one trip. Start yours at virginia.org.
So they want, Diddy's team is trying to grandstand, and the government stand on business. Don't get mad, y'all. I'm here to cook. Like I said before, I hope they keep coming with it, because I got answers for all of them. I got answers for every last one of them. I can cook all day. He says another question is whether Cassie acted voluntarily without coercion. The answer is no. How can Cassie control anything Diddy was doing when Diddy got the money? Diddy got the power. Diddy got the control. The man already told y'all, the sex worker that Diddy was slapping this girl around in the room, threw a bottle past her head. The bottle exploded in the room, and he went and dragged her by her hair in the other room. Well, what do you guys think? The sex worker told y'all that in court yesterday. Think about that. Think about that. I hope these people don't be having daughters. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. We live in a world that has no sympathy, no morals, no ethics, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Cassie, and the judge said it exactly right. Cassie had no reason to come up here and humiliate herself in front of the world if she's lying. She had no reason to reveal all this crazy information that's going to make her look bad, too. From getting peed on and all this other stuff, having to do freak offs on her period and everything like that. The hell you think she's going to come out there and expose all these intimate details to the world when she was out free? $30 million, she could have walked away with the rest of her life and had nothing. You know what Cassie thought about? Y'all should be praising Cassie. Cassie thought about all these other people that could face the same shit she faced if she didn't stand on business. And y'all sit out here and let these monsters come out here and y'all demonize the people that's actually standing up. Period. You said, how did she eventually get away if she couldn't leave? Just asking. Sir, you didn't see Diddy throws her out. What do you mean? And moves on to the next woman. Which is what he did. When Diddy gets tired of you, it's over. Diddy got tired of Cassie and doing whatever he was doing with Cassie, and he moved on to the next chick. You've seen the pattern throughout his life. You got questions? I got answers. To the person who said she left on her own, you're a lying, capping ass person. She didn't leave on her own. You know why she didn't leave on her own? Stats and Bethel. Guess what? Don't nobody block her. Stay right here for the rest of this trial, man. Now, ma'am, what are you going to say when Diddy's inner circle comes out here? His security, his ex-president, a bad boy, and they tell y'all how Diddy controlled that girl's life and refused, and basically kidnapped that girl and refused to allow her to go anywhere. Anytime she left or tried to report or do anything, Diddy had his security team and people following her. Every single move. Monitoring everything she did. Controlling every aspect of her life. What are you going to do when Diddy's own cohorts, the people who work with him, get on the stand and give him up? What are you going to say then? Don't come back and apologize, because the damage you have done have already been done. See, when you put that damage on somebody, man, that damage has already been done. You can't take that back. You can't take that back. And that's the reason why we're in the situation we're in now. Because of how you people think, our kids are being raised the wrong way. Because of your mentality, all of you, a lot of your mentalities. These are facts. Y'all don't even ask certain questions. You don't ask whether Cassie's parents won in their life. And to the brother Mo Griffin said, you can't save Cassie. No, only God can save Cassie. You can't save her either, nigga. You quiet now, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. This man says, I have no sympathy for the hoes. I hope you don't have a daughter, because your daughter might be a hoe. And you just don't know. Your daughter might be a super freak, nigga. And you might not even know. Your daughter might be out here getting disrespected, and you don't know as a father. But I pity for you, fool, if you ever find out that. I pity for you if you ever have to deal with karma. I pity for you. I told y'all, I can cook all day. Y'all can see me cook 10 straight hours, nigga. Non-stop. Straight like that. Shout out to Belinda and the Cash App $100 donation. We running it up on these punks. Period. Where we at? The judge says the judge says we have a witness waiting in the back. There's a witness in the back, y'all. He said, produce them before the cross-examination starts. You can email me cases during the trial. Let's get it moving. Let's get Mrs. Ventura back. Witness entering. Welcome back. They want to keep playing this game with me? Run up on this fire, you get burnt, little nigga. Now keep coming with it. I got smoke for all of them. It's gonna be a whole situation around here. Ain't gonna be nothing but smoke everywhere. It's all that smoke coming around Teddy. Yeah, it's gonna be smoke everywhere. Yeah. So let's go. Just a bunch of busters running around here. No leaders, no morals, no ethics. Men around here calling these young women whores and all this other stuff like that, acting like they ain't gotta have daughters, they ain't gotta have sisters. Not thinking that, damn, this wasn't a fully developed woman who came into a situation and was, this is a 19-year-old girl. And you all know these women's minds are not fully developed at 19 years old. I'm going to say it again. If you are a woman and you are 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 years old, your mind is not the same as it was when you was 19, 18, 17. When you were a child, you thought childish ways. You did think childish things. You made stupid mistakes. When you became a woman, you changed your whole mentality and thoughts on life changed. Some of y'all, most of y'all, but some of y'all on cap. Some of y'all on cap. The judge tells Cassie, you're still under oath, proceed. The government says, may I approach the witness? The judge says, you may. The government says, Mrs. Ventura, I handed you 2 drives. What's on them? GX8? Cassie says, messages and photos from my devices. Think about this. Think about this. These people are parrots. They go along with the people tell them to say. They don't do their own research. They don't do their own study. They don't do their own checks. They listen to what the news tell them, what the media tell them. Nah, I went and read the paperwork, nigga. Do my own research. Right? I tell you what this man's history is telling. And y'all see this man don't been alleged of beating all these women, destroying all these women's lives. You got these buck dancing, shoe spit, shoe shining punks running around here taking up for this type of capping ass dude. Instead of them wanting to see this dude under the prison. They're fighting for a guy like that to be free. It's disgusting the world we live in. And these dudes are a disgrace. They're ashamed. And it just lets me know the irresponsibility that we have in this world. And I thank God that these people are not judges. I thank God that these people are not authoritative figures. I hope you ain't.
Allergies got you trying every trick? Zyrtec works fast and lasts 24 hours, so you can Z's the day.
Capitalize. Now is the time to capitalize on Lindsay Cadillac's massive inventory. With hundreds of vehicles in stock plus many more arriving daily, you'll always find what you're looking for. And at lindsaycadillac.com, it's easier than ever to configure your vehicle, get financing, and get an appraisal on your trade. Best of all, you can browse Lindsay Cadillac's massive inventory anytime, anywhere. Capitalize on inventory at Lindsay Cadillac in Alexandria and online at lindsaycadillac.com.
I hope you ain't. So, we're going to get to it. Cassie's on the stand. And these motherfuckers coming here, getting on their knees, praise the celebrities. These people praise celebrities. They love and adore celebrities more than they love themselves. Think about this. These people will take up for celebrities more than they'll take up for their own family members. These people get more excited for celebrities than they do their own family. people, they don't even know. That's crazy. Think about that. And it's all fun and games until one of these dudes' daughters come to them and say, Dad, I experienced some of the same things Cassie did. And he never knew. And Cassie coming out and speaking her piece may help another woman who's weak going through something, or another person who, you know what I'm saying, is going through trying times and stuff like that. Y'all don't think like that. You guys think like a bunch of punk bullies. You understand what I'm saying? That want to keep the foolishness going. And these are facts that I'm cooking on. And I'm standing on that. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Crystal McCray with the donation in the Cash App. She came through with a 20 spot. She said, keep cooking. I ain't gonna stop. Shout out to Cicely in the Cash App with the donation. She says, great job. Salute to you. You know what it is. Y'all smash that like button. Y'all come on in here. And if you not subscribe, subscribe. I don't want to have to cook these people like this. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you got to put BPA. Straight like that. Belt to you know where. You understand? These are facts. All these people dead. Biggie dead. Tupac dead. Suge Knight in jail. All these people's lives been destroyed. It's sad. Y'all smash the like button. Y'all come on in here, man. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel. The real Lou T. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Denise Voorhees, salute to you with the donation. I appreciate you. You and the real Lou T with the donation. Melissa 37, aka Patty Pet. She calls herself Patty LaBelle. Patty LaBelle, salute to you with the donation. I see what it is. Y'all know what's up. Y'all know what it is. Stir fry, Bruh's barbecue. Every single day, y'all. We ain't changing up either. We cooking. On business. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what it is. That's what it's going to be. Right? You know, everybody just, you know, I'm hoping the best for everybody. That's what it should always be about. You know, wanting to see other people be successful. You know, achieve things. Be great. Greatness is amongst you. And if you don't believe that, then that's your problem. That's your problem. Right? Yeah, these people sound crazy. I can't believe, but then I can believe it because it's the world we live in, you guys. It's a lot of cap going on, man. It's hella cap. You know what I'm saying? And you got to fight against it. And you have to be strong within your conviction to stand against this foolishness and this devilishness and this demonicness and all these other nasty capping things that's going on in this life, in this world. You understand? Because all these people that demonize people, man, these people ain't got their lives on a big screen. Think about that, y'all. Imagine if these people had their private lives put on blast. You think they'd be talking all this trash about Cassie? No. No. Because all the time they was beating up on women. All the time they was running around here acting like a fool. That was put on blast, they'd be done. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to Debbie Curry. I see you in the building. Salute. Dudes are straight busters. The government says yesterday you testified. Oh, shucks, they brought up Suge Knight again. Suge Knight gonna go crazy tomorrow. They don't came back to Suge Knight, y'all. They don't came back to Suge Knight. Bruh, boy, I'm telling y'all this right now. They don't came back to Suge Knight. Suge Knight is gonna explode. I told y'all they was gonna come back to Suge. This gonna open up a whole new can of worms right here. So the government says yesterday you testified about Sean going armed to look for Suge Knight. Cassie said Sean took the guns with him. The government says, and he told you to ask the escorts if they were cops, question mark. Cassie says, I would begin by saying I was not a cop. Sean told you to do that, question mark. She said yes. Man, Suge gonna go crazy. Suge was already on the news last night after his name was brought up. Suge Knight is gonna lose his mind today. Because they told him on the news yesterday, you come back up, we're going to hit you again. He comes back up again today. They went away from that just to come right back to it. Now everybody going to say, well, what does Suge got to do with this? They going to show you. They going to put the whole picture together for y'all. Let them pay. Let them cook. Let them cook. Let them cook. Point blank period. Man, they don't open up a whole can in here. A whole can. So now, y'all seeing, right? Crazy work. Crazy. And y'all make sure y'all share this video and like the video. Because y'all don't like the video, man. I'm telling you right now, man. It's crazy, man. Shout out to Andrew Dyson for the donation in Cash App. He said, keep your foot on these weirdos. They get a bunch of weirdos. That's all they is. Shout out to Eva Villains with the Cash App. She said, greetings from Miami. Keep cooking. And M-I-A-O. Believe that. Miami. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. 305. Dade County. Hold on, let me see what's going on in the court. They done came back and brought up Suge, y'all. Suge is back in the game, y'all. He got skin in the game again. So here we go, y'all. So now, Cassie says Diddy told her, basically, to tell the escorts that she wasn't a cop. That Suge was at this diner, and that Diddy said, D-Rock came in and told Diddy, hey, Suge down in L.A., this diner, down in L.A., said Diddy wasn't dressed in all black when they got the guns. The government says the government says, what happened when you fought back? Cassie says, I did that more earlier in the relationship. It would make him more violent, want to push me harder, right? So Cassie says she fought back. Not she abused Diddy and he did on her. No, she fought back. So she was a woman who was standing on something. She tried to fight back. But y'all got a problem with that too, right? You got a problem. You just want Diddy whooping on her ass. I know how you dudes is, right? So the defense's objection to the speculation, the judge says overruled. The government says, how would Sean react if you fought back? Cassie said anger. The government says, I'm going to show you the LA Intercontinental Hallway again. They said play from 143 to 146. The government asked Cassie who enters. Cassie says, Sean. The government says, what's in his hand? Cassie says, he doesn't appear to have anything. The government says, play 159. Now, anything in his hand? Cassie says, my phone. So Cassie says, Diddy has her phone in his hand at this time. Now remember, all these liars We're running around here saying Diddy was chasing her down because she stole money out of the bag. You dudes, something wrong with y'all. It's something wrong with y'all. He's chasing her because she said, no. Diddy's legal team said, this is about a cell phone. So where did money in the bag come from? We're going to find out today. Because y'all lying in y'all helicopter. Smash the like button as y'all come on in here and share the video. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Y'all already know what I'm doing. Standing on business. Presidential style. 10 toes down. No doubt. No diggity. No doubt about it. You best believe it. Please believe it. Believe it, please. We standing on that. Unbelievable stuff, man.
At Mommy's Bliss, we know just how you feel and what you worry about. We are moms too, so we created Trusted Baby Essentials for the first year, giving you one less thing to worry about. That's mom-designed peace of mind.
Unbelievable stuff. Salute to everybody in the building. Hold on, we got a couple more donations. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, y'all didn't share this video. Y'all make sure y'all share this video, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amy Duran coming through with that 20 spot. She said, I appreciate you 100, Mom. Salute to you. You already know. Salute to you. Amy, appreciate it. And everybody else that's standing 10 toes down, y'all know what it is. 2 words of the day, y'all. Morals and ethics. Morals and ethics. Morals and ethics. These are the words of the day. All right? And I want everybody to pay attention to those words. Morals, ethics. Now let's move on and see what else Cassie's saying. Because she's saying something else right now. All right? So, as I told you guys, this whole Suge Knight thing came back into play again. Which is crazy that this Suge Knight thing came back into play again. Absolutely insane. Because, bro, Suge is going to explode. And I know why she's using the Suge Knight thing. It's going to show something to you guys. And y'all are going to see it in a minute. You guys are going to see it in a minute. What she's talking about. You're going to see it. Why it comes back to him. That's the part y'all going to see. All right? Hold on, you guys. Let me see something. Who said that? Hold on, what? Hold on. What? Hold on, man. Hold on, I seen it. I just seen that. What I seen? Hold on, I just seen that. I seen it. So yeah. What the hell? My bad, you guys. Okay. All right, cool. I see it. So, the government asked, how did Diddy get Cassie's phone? Cassie says, well, he took all of my stuff. The government says, Where does he end up? Cassie says sitting in a chair in front of the window. The government says, and what are you doing? Cassie says, I'm walking away from him. Right? Cassie says she's walking away from Diddy. Right? Let's keep going. They're filling in the details about this video, y'all. Filling in the details about this video. And that's very important. The details. The details are very important. That's something that's going to be very important in this trial. I hope everybody knows that. Yeah, y'all smash the like button, man. Or somebody else want to get cooked? Somebody else talking crazy, they want to get cooked? We got another one? I know we ain't got no another one. Shout out to Pamela Ali with $25 donation to the Cash App says keep cooking. Also, shout out to Yamel and the Cash App with the donation coming through with a $40 donation. Salute to you, man. I appreciate both of y'all, all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these people out of their mind, man. I don't know what's going on. Something. So Cassie, she done brought back Suge Knight to this thing, man. And again, like I told you guys, this mix is gonna be fire mix right here. Stir fire mix. And what was the point of that? I guess it was to show, you know, Diddy's propensity to get right to violence, and to show that, you know what I'm saying, something with the cops. It was something that they're trying to show, I guess. I'm trying to figure out what exactly were they trying to show from that. Hold on, you guys. So here we go right here. Cassie said she was walking away from Diddy when he had that phone in his hand in that picture. The government says, now who's in the video? Cassie says, me and security. Now check this out, y'all. Remember I told you guys all that we didn't see that part. And y'all hit the like button. We should have over 4,000 likes, almost 5,000 likes, easy. Remember I told y'all, when they said, now who's in the video? When I told y'all that we hadn't seen all that video, because we only saw the part of the beat. We didn't see the security in the video. None of that. So they're watching an extended version of the video that we didn't get to see. So the government says, now who's in the video? Cassie says, me and the security guard. The government says, and this one played from 531. They says, where did you go from the hotel? Cassie says, to my house. I took an Uber. So Cassie took an Uber to her house. She said, and they said it was her and security, right? When they asked her who was in the video at that time, she said, me and security. The government says, and this one played from 531. Where did you go from the hotel? I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's over with. It's over with, y'all. It's over with. They're gonna prove their case. It's right there. The devil's in the freaking details. It's right there. He's done. Cassie just said in court. Think about what I just told y'all.
Is in a doctor's beach bag. The Neutrogena Beach Defense Lotion. You need a sunscreen you'll love to wear.
Start summer with Memorial Day savings at Tractor Supply. Like up to $100 off grills, up to 40% off furniture and decor, and buy 4 bags of Color Stay mulch for $10. Save on projects, cookouts, and more. Only at Tractor Supply.
proved this case, her case, against him. She just proved it. Cassie just said in court that she took an Uber to her house. Why would you need to take an Uber to your house? Why would you take an Uber to why would you be able, I should say, to take an Uber to your house if you were out of town? But no, you weren't. They were at a hotel doing a freak off. There was no reason to be at that hotel unless you were doing the freak off. So they went to the hotel to do the freak off. Cassie lived near the hotel, so she called an Uber to take her home. They weren't out of town. She was in town. Cassie was in town with Diddy. The government says, no, this wasn't a freak off. Who goes to a hotel and stays in a hotel for days when you live right there? Game over, y'all. Game over. The feds just said game over. Game over. Cassie took an Uber to her home. Think about this. They were in an intercontinental LA. They lived in LA. Why would you be in a hotel for a week when you live in LA? Cassie just said she took an Uber to her home. The government then says, now let's turn to the text messages. Can you read page 4? Cassie says, please call, I'm surrounded. They just did the case. They just broke the case right there. I didn't think about it. It's right there the whole time. How is Diddy gonna lie? And let me say this again. Bossed up Bianca, I got some smoke for you, sister. You said I used to live across the street from that hotel and go to that spot. That is not what we're talking about, bossed up Bianca. They stayed in that hotel for a week. Bianca, here's why what you're saying don't apply to this situation. You ain't Diddy, and you ain't got Diddy's money. Diddy got spas inside his house probably. Pools inside his house. He don't need to go to no hotel right beside his house to be in a spa or be in a pool, man. They stayed in that hotel for days. Freaking off. Why would you do that? Because you don't want to mess up your own house. You just pay for the repair to the rooms in the hotel. Who goes to a hotel for an entire week and you a multi-millionaire with multiple properties in LA and you live right there? He's done. He's not going to be able to lie around that. It's right there. It's right there. Crazy. The devil's in the details, y'all. That's the case right there. That's the case right there. They was in that hotel for damn near a whole week, and they lived right there. The only reason why you in that hotel, you freaking. And then they're going to show y'all all the damage to the rooms, the sex workers coming in. But man, why should they put this paperwork there? This dude going to prison the rest of his life. It didn't even pass my mind. I'm thinking that they were out of town for this one. No, they're in LA. That makes it worse that you're in LA and you go to a hotel for a whole week. But Diddy and them was saying that wasn't a freak off. That's a lie. That's a lie. Remember Diddy and them was saying in the paperwork, it was no male sex worker in that room. What if they had videotape to prove that it was? We're going to find out. We definitely gonna find out. Here we go, you guys. So the government says, now let's turn to the text messages. Can you read page 4? Cassie says that page 4 read of the text messages. The text message read, please call. I'm surrounded. The government says, who sent that to you? Cassie says, that was from Sean. He was running around in a towel. I told him to put the robe on. The government said, who sent these green messages? Cassie said, I did. I wrote to Sean. Now, Cassie says she wrote this to Diddy. Jules left. As long as you're quiet, you can stay. Peace. The government said, who is Jules? Cassie said, an escort. He's done. He's there putting his ass on the grill. The government says, is this Jewel? And they show her a photo. Cassie says, yes. The government says, exhibit B606 and 607, side by side. A picture with Cassie in sunglasses. Cassie said, that's me. A selfie of me with a fat lip. The government says, when did you take it? Cassie says she took it in the Uber with one of her phones. They're showing the beating, the force, the coercion. He's done, man. This nigga's toast. The government says, what did you write here? Cassie said, I said, please stay away from me in the text messages. He's done. That nigga's done. It's over right now. They got him on the text messages saying, please stay away from me. I told you guys. This is how the law goes. Cassie says, the government says, and what did he say? Cassie says that Diddy, and it wrote right there in the text messages, Diddy wrote to Cassie. He says I'm getting arrested. So Diddy told Cassie he was getting arrested when Cassie left the hotel in the text message. The government says, was he? Cassie says, I don't think so. He tried to manipulate her into getting him back. Cassie says she doesn't think so. The government says, what did you write back to him? Cassie says she wrote back to Diddy, I'm plugging my phone in and going to bed. The government says, who was at your home when you got there? Cassie says, and his name keeps coming up, y'all. Y'all want to talk about the co-conspirators, other people in this case. You're getting some of the names of people who potentially are going to testify in this case. The government says, who was at your home when you got home? Cassie says, Carrie Morgan. She was upset when she saw me. She called the police. The government says, did you speak with the police? Cassie said, yes, but I didn't say who I was talking about. And the police left. The government says, why didn't you say who you were talking about? Cassie said, I wasn't ready. This woman loved Diddy, and she did not want to destroy Diddy all these years. Diddy controlled this woman's mind, He manipulated this woman. And that woman did not want to hurt this man all these years. She had a chance to bury that nigga then and didn't do it. The government says, and y'all smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Did Sean try to come to your apartment? Cassie says, yes, he came. He was banging. That was a pretty normal from him thing to do. It's him banging on the door. She says, but this, she said, this is a pretty private building. So she says that the banging Diddy did was normal, but it was a private building and he was doing this. The government says, did you hear from Mrs. Coram? That's Christina Coram, Diddy's assistant. Remember they talked about, oh, well, where's all these people in this enterprise at? We're going to get to that. Government says, did you hear from Mrs. Coram that day? Cassie said, yes. Cassie says, and I went to see D-Rock and his wife to try to feel safe. D-Rock's name keeps getting dropped in this too. And let me tell y'all something else. We haven't heard nothing from D-Rock. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why Cassie's story will check out, there's an interview on YouTube that came out 5 years ago with Tasha K. And in that interview was a woman named Gina that dated Diddy. And Gina said when Diddy beat her ass, she said that the only one that helped her, when everybody else turned away, Gina said the only one that helped her was D-Rock. Wow. And now Cassie is saying she went to D-Rock and his wife trying to feel safe. Man, if they get D-Rock on the stand, if they got D-Rock, who was Biggie's best friend, to testify, man, explosive stuff, y'all. And everybody that was talking that trash yesterday, they have shut their mouths on social media today. They have all shut their mouths today. Man. Unbelievable stuff, man. And they're definitely going to want to talk to Christina Coram. Man, bro. I mean, D-Rock was Big's right-hand man. And D-Rock, I'm pretty sure they're going to have to call him under the penalty of perjury and ask him to verify these situations, because if Cassie left, what she said she did in that Uber, and she went home and met with those people, you better believe the government's not saying these names if these people are not going to testify against Sean Combs. And when everybody says, well, where's all of the racketeering co-conspirators? The government said no. They said in the indictment that the co-conspirators were all these people that worked for Diddy that were in his business structure, security staff members, workers. They all aided and abetted him to cover up his crimes and do all these things. These people probably are all going to give testimony. I already know that this man on the right-hand side of your screen.
Hey, video creator, we know you. For you, it's about more than getting the job done. You'll keep going until it's perfect. Oh, that's the one. Artless Video Generator is built for you, the creator. You'll take your creativity to the edge, and then go beyond. Again, and again, and again. With all the AI tools you need in one place, covered by the right license for you. So go to Artlist and start creating without limits.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a fork in the road.
Are we lost?
An OnStar connectivity that doesn't know the meaning of the word lost.
Trust me.
And Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
James Cruz. He was the former president of Bad Boy Records until 2018. And he has been included in numerous lawsuits where he has been accused of nasty things in those lawsuits for Diddy. But James Cruz, he is testifying against Diddy in this case. That's going to be damning too. And I wonder if all these people who are running around here demonizing this woman, lying and capping, I wonder what they're going to say when Diddy's own people give him up. The government says in this photo, what are you wearing? And they show Cassie a photo. Cassie says a gown, sunglasses. Cassie said I had a black eye. The government says, what if any other bruising was visible? Cassie said I had several bruises on my leg, but I changed clothes. The government says, what's this? Cassie says, me and Sean at the after party. He controlled this woman. He beat this woman savagely, controlled her, made her go put on makeup, go put on glasses, and go to the after party and put on a smile, a fake smile in front of all of these people. Sean Diddy Combs is the scum of the living earth. He is the scum of the living earth. And it breaks your spirit. It breaks your soul. It breaks any type of feeling that you have of responsibility of just being a man. And it surely would hurt any woman to see Cassie smile through that. That woman took a beating and loved Diddy so much, you punk ass bitches, that she smiled after this nigga beat her ass just so that she wouldn't give him up because she cared about this punk and didn't care about her. This is manipulation. This is control. This is coercion. And Cassie's older now, so her mindset is in a different place to where this man can't control her. You see it. You see it. Well, soul, get off your knees. The truth is going to come out. It's going to come out. It's going to come out. It's coming out right now. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. At all. All those pictures with Cassie, with those black eyes, smiling after getting beat. And all the people that sat around and watched the ass whoopings and did nothing, walked away. He beat that girl so much she had to accept it and just smile or deal with worse consequences. That's disgraceful, nigga. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. And for all these years, you able to beat on somebody like that? And these punks running around here talking about, hey man, I don't know, man. You niggas is cowards. You have no honor, no morals, no ethics, man. You savages, bro. That's crazy, man. Stomping on a girl's head, man. That's crazy, bro. She said anytime her head was on the ground, he stomped on it. That's crazy. That nigga didn't want the one-on-one with Tupac. He didn't want the one-on-one straight hands with Tupac. But he beat up on these women. Gene said when he seen Pac, he ran. Buster. Pac called him everything in a book. He didn't want that one-on-one smoke with Pac. Sad, bro. Sad. The government says, I'm going to show you escorts. So the government's showing more pictures to Cassie. They say, do you know the name of this person? Cassie says no. The government says, in what cities did you use him? Cassie says, New York. The government shows another picture. They say, who's this? Cassie says, Islander. He was on Latin Men. Cassie said, we used him in LA, maybe Las Vegas. The government asked her, shows another picture of another escort, and said, who's this? Person's picture was entered in the evidence 28616. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work, man. Shout out to Edward Page in the Cash App the donation. Salute to you, brother. Also, shout out to Romel P with the donation. I appreciate you, Romel. Salute to both of y'all. Y'all want to donate, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. Smash the like, share, and subscribe. As y'all come on in here, man. Cassie's out here giving explosive testimony. And I told you guys it was going to get surgical like this today. I told them it was going to get surgical today. I told them that it was going to get surgical. I told him. Man, oh man, bro.
It's not just harmless flavors and water you're vaping. Each puff is filled with toxic chemicals that can make it harder to breathe permanently. To learn more, text READY to 88709 or visit thevapeexperiment.com.
Oh, what a web we weave. So they're showing her multiple pictures of escorts. He's going down for solicitation of prostitution. Because they have those escorts come in and show that they got paid. That's solicitation of prostitution. Right there. Man, so the beatings, that's easy to prove the force. The coercion, that's already been proven. And the RICO, we haven't even got to Kid Cudi yet. We haven't even got to Michael B. Jordan yet. We haven't got to none of these other names yet, yo. Man, this is crazy work. We ain't even got to those people yet. Y'all think about that. Y'all gotta think about that. We ain't even got to none of them other names that was on that list yet. Damn. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, bro. You know? Unbelievable, dog. This is finna get crazy. Cause I'm telling you, I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling this is gonna get even crazier than what you guys are seeing right now. Today. With the testimony. Right? Right, you guys? Came to the party for the photos. Man. So they're showing her pictures of multiple escorts. Wow, bro. And Cassie is basically verifying that they had these escorts. Now remember, you guys need to understand the law, right? You have to understand the law. Diddy is being charged, right? On different counts, right? He's being charged on these federal prostitution charges. Okay? Man, this is crazy work, bro. Right? So, basically, the federal laws regarding prostitution primarily focus on preventing and prosecuting sex trafficking and related activities, especially those involving underage. It says, or the transportation of individuals across state lines. While states generally handle the prosecution of prostitution itself, the federal government intervenes in cases involving interstate and foreign commerce, coercion, and enticement for prostitution. This is easy provable. This is in the law. I'm reading to y'all the law right now. So Cassie is showing y'all the states that they went to. She's showing y'all that they went to multiple other states and overseas with these sex workers. He's going to be found guilty on the prostitution charge as well. That's 15 years right there. It says key federal laws and issues. 18 U.S.C. 2421, 2422. These sections of Title 18 address the transportation of individuals for the purpose of prostitution or other illegal sexual activities, including coercion and enticement. The Mann Act, this act, also known as the White Slave Traffic Act, was originally enacted to prohibit transportation of women for immoral purposes across state lines. It has been amended over time to address prostitution and sex trafficking more broadly. Right? Interstate and foreign commerce. The federal government's involvement in prostitution cases is primarily triggered when individuals are transported across state lines or internationally for the purpose of engaging in prostitution or other illegal activities. They're gonna find Diddy guilty. That nigga gonna be found guilty. They're gonna get that nigga gonna be found guilty on the RICO. He's gonna be found guilty on all them charges. I'm reading it right here. Coercion, and enticement. The federal government also prosecutes individuals who coerce or entice others into prostitution, particularly when it involves interstate or foreign travel. Solicitation of prostitution. People who solicit or pay for sexual services may face charges of solicitation or prostitution. That's it. You think the feds got these people in court and they don't got proof that they paid these people? It's a wrap. It's definitely a wrap. It's definitely a rap. You guys need to look up the law. I don't think these people understand the law. The reason why the feds are involved is because it went across state lines. Cassie don't tell y'all all the states they was going to. There's nothing else to talk about. All they're gonna do is show the paperwork, show all these other people, man, this man ain't going to prison. Y'all ain't never gonna see Diddy again. You're never gonna see Diddy out free again. That nigga going to prison for the rest of his life. And when people tell y'all something, you tell them, man, do you even know what do you even understand the charges he's facing? That's what you have to ask people. Do you even understand the charges he's facing? So the government asked Cassie, they show Cassie a photo, Exhibit 2A 616. And they asked Cassie, who is this? In the photo. Cassie said, we called him Tommy. The government says, who is this? Cassie says, I know him as Greg, an escort in Miami. The government said, who's this? Cassie says, oh, it's over. It's over, mother. It's over. They did it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh. Excuse me. Oh. Oh. They just did it. Oh. They said, who's this? They showed Cassie a picture of Jonathan. Oh my God. They're going to bring him in. Cassie said, Jonathan, we saw him in Miami. The government said, who's this? Red baseball cap, backwards. Cassie said, I don't know. He looks familiar from the Free Coast. Oh, man, they're bringing him in. Jonathan Adi had the video interview when he got arrested in 2018 for the situation he did in the Trump corral. He went to the interview room, and in the interview room, he went ballistic. He started talking about Diddy. He started naming all kind of names. He made all these allegations. Nobody wanted to listen to him in the interrogation room. They thought he was crazy. His interview went viral once the indictment on Diddy went down. He had been missing. His court date been pushed back. They conveniently, he was supposed to be in court the other week. They pushed his court date back to what they supposed to feel like is after this trial is over with. Conveniently. To this morning, we did a video on him. They called him from the news. Today, they called him from the news and asked him about this. That was an NDA agreement he had with Diddy, where he got paid $5 million. He said on the news today that he had video footage. He had bought a spy cam. He had video footage on the spy cam. And that Diddy paid $5 million for that, and they had a non-disclosure agreement. Non-disclosure agreements don't mean anything when you break the law. When it's illegal activity, the NDA goes out the window. Diddy may have paid this man $5 million for nothing. And now they brought up Jonathan Adi in open court. Cassie has. In Miami. And Jonathan Adi was naming names. This about to get funky. Oh, God. Now, for you guys who don't know, Adi did not look like that before. Adi was in great shape. You know what I'm saying? He looked way different, like one of them Chippendale mofos. Man.
I'm stuck on Band-Aid brain, 'cause Band-Aid stuck on me.
And so Adi, he been spoke up. That video's been on YouTube for years. People have seen that video on YouTube for years. But the video only went viral on YouTube when Diddy got indicted. It only went viral because everybody went back because people thought he was just capping. If you went to the comment section, when they first dropped that video, if you went to the comment section, everybody said, oh, he's lying. He's making all this shit up. But when Diddy got indicted, everybody went back. That video went crazy viral. And everybody went back to the comments like, oh, shucks, he might have been telling the truth. And now he just did the interview. They found him. He's in a Miami jail right now. He still has not went to a court for that situation he had. Still hasn't. And we told y'all about this. That video been on YouTube for 5 years. That video he did. That video has been out here. Go look in the comment section. People been talking about that. When they first put that video, somebody uploaded that video 5 years ago of that interview because this happened in 2018 and they interrogated him. There's the videos up unless somebody took it down, but everybody was in the comment section saying he was lying at the time. This was in 2018. Then to now, that video went super viral when Diddy got indicted. And then all those people went back in the comments was like, oh, shucks, he ain't lying. He's telling the truth. He might be telling the truth. And now, everybody was wondering whether or not they were going to talk about him in court. They have brought him in open court. Who knows if he may get, and I'm going to repeat to myself right now, who knows if he may get some type of leniency on his charges in his case for cooperation. Man, bro. Man, bro. Man, bro. Unbelievable, man. He just did the interview on the news today. On News Nation. They found this guy. They got him on the phone in jail. He just did the interview and said Diddy paid him for sex, and he had over 15 sessions with Diddy and Cassie. And he named all kind of names, y'all. This is about to get stupid ugly, bro. If they bring him into court, man, and because remember, they got 190 celebrity names. If they bring him in court, which is probably what they're going to do since they're bringing him up, and they name, and he starts naming all these other names of celebrities, man, people probably taking a crap in their pants right now. Hold on, you guys. So, man, bro, the government says, what did you write here? Cassie says, this is all we do. I'm just getting back on track. I'm sure you can call Kim or something. Who's Kim? The government says, what did you mean by this is all we do? Cassie said free calls. Oh, she's talking about Kim. Okay, she's talking to Diddy about Kim Porter. Man. So she told Diddy, this is all we do, man, about the free calls. She said, this is all we do. I'm just getting back on track. She said, I'm sure you can call Kim or something. So she told Diddy must have been harassing her or something. And she told Diddy, hey, you can call Kim. You know what I'm saying? And the government says, well, what did you mean by this is all we do? She says free calls. Like she said, this is all you want to do is free calls. Man. Wow, bro. They better hope Adi. And I heard they have Adi under guard. They said that today on the news, you guys. They got Adi. They said they got him under guard in the jail. Man, they got him under guard and protect. I've got a feeling they're gonna fly him in and call him. If he get on the stand and start naming names, bro, I'll tell y'all right now. Man, bro. Adi was going deep. Adi was talking about a whole lot of stuff in that interview he did with the police. And that interrogation he did, man, let me tell y'all something. Adi was talking about a whole lot more celebrities, man. Bro, I be on bricks. If they pull him back in, man. Wow. Crazy work, man. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. That dude wasn't lying, bro. That dude sat in there. That's crazy, man. People thought he was crazy when he did that interrogation. Man. And Cassie just named him as one of their official escorts in open court, man. Wow. And this is what he looked like before. On the right-hand side. So, and he said he had video evidence. Did he keep one of the copies of the videos? Oh, did Adi keep one of the copies of those videos? Adi said that he had the copy of the video because he went and bought it. He said Cassie kept passing out during the freak-off sessions. He said Cassie would be passed out. He said he was in fear of her potentially losing her life. So he said because of how dangerous it had begun getting, and because Diddy was so violent with her and beating her and stuff like that, and Cassie would pass out, he said he went to the spy store and bought one of those little spy cameras that you can't tell is a camera. And he said when he went in the room, he said he set it right there on the table. And he said he went and got it transcribed. Bro, if he got a copy of that video, bro, oh my God, they're going to take down everything. They're going to take down everything. Crazy work, y'all. So the government says to Cassie, they asked Cassie, y'all smash that one, let's get the lights up. They asked Cassie, did you try to avoid anything in the freak-offs? Cassie says, I tried to avoid kissing. It seems too intimate. But Sean told me to do it, to kiss the escorts. The government says, what did Sean ask you to do on your 29th birthday? Cassie said, Diddy asked her on her 29th birthday to do a freak-off. Cassie says, he had me pulled out of the blind dragon for a freak-off. Some security. Diddy had security pull Cassie out of her own birthday party at the Blind Dragon for a freak-off by some of his security. The government says, what about blackmail material? Cassie says, he wanted me to fear. The defense says, objection. The judge says, overruled. The government says, when would Sean mention
Birthday party. Birthday princess party. Birthday Princessosaurus party. Get everything for every party on Amazon.
the freak-off videos? Cassie said to hurt me. He used it over her. He used those videos over her to control her career. Man, bro, they're naming these guys. They probably got some of these escorts to come up there. Adi just testified on phone today. Adi was contacted by News Nation today and said that Diddy paid him for sex. Cassie just brought him up in open court. Adi also said that he, like I said, he had that video camera and he secretly recorded it. I'm going to tell everybody watching this video right now, if he has that video and the feds have a copy of that video, because remember, Diddy was moving real sloppy, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Diddy tried to pay for the hotel copy of that video with Cassie, but somebody else made copies of that. So who's to know that Diddy paid Adi $5 million and Adi handed over one of the videos, but who's to know if there's not more video copies of that video? And who's to say if Adi gets to the court and starts barking in this trial? Man, bro, Lord Hammer, everybody's gonna be, man. Adi was saying a whole lot. In that interview he did, in that interview Adi did, Adi was saying everything, bro. In that interview he did, as far as when he did when he got interrogated, he was saying everything. Now for you guys who don't know who Adi is, we're gonna talk about that in just a second. Right? So Cassie says that Diddy would mention the freak off videos to hurt her. Cassie says one time she was dating someone else and Diddy threatened to release the freak off videos. Cassie said, I'd have to answer to my mother. It's horrible and disgusting. No one should do that to anyone, said Cassie. The government says, what did Sean say the impact would be? Cassie says, shame. Diddy says she'll be shamed. The government says, let me show you a chat. The government asked Cassie, who's on this chat right here? Cassie says, that's me and Sean on this chat. July the 22nd, 2013. The government says, read your message, Cassie. Cassie wrote, please delete the videos off your phone. Too many people have access to your devices. He said, no iCloud, all good. I'm being kicking in. Is what Cassie said Diddy said to her. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. Shout out to John Hughes with the donation and the Cash App. Salute to you, brother. Shout out to Anton Richards for the donation and the Cash App. Appreciate you, brother, for the donation. Right? Man, bro. Shout out. Let me say this. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Let me see who this is. All right. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, you guys. Man, this is crazy, bro. Crazy work, man. Crazy work, bro. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Let me see if I can get this for y'all. Hold on. This is crazy work, bro. And now, that video, again, that video was put up 4 years ago. My bad, you guys. That video was put up 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, that video was put up, right? Unbelievable work. Unbelievable work. Now, let me get to this part, because I want to get to this part. Hold on, you guys. And like I said, people were demonizing this dude when he did this interview, though. They were demonizing this guy. Right? I want y'all to understand this. Right? Let me see. See if I can get this for y'all.
Thursday night, Friday morning. Well, I'll be trying. My settlement put me in a box. They said I couldn't talk. How we go? How? In a cave. Talking shit underneath. Indonesia, and he's also born in Obama. But it ain't happening because it's too smart for them. You understand what I'm saying? You're trying to, right? Don is intelligent. We have a similar type of intelligence and overview of things. The only thing is he's not seeing that Hillary, the two presidents, and Obama have a different plan for him. You understand? No offense to Obama. I love each and every American, but he was part of that 9/11 agenda. He's a CIA agent, an ex-CIA agent. That's why there's so much identity issues with Obama. Who knows his real name? They say, well, he was born in Indonesia, and he's also born in Hawaii. Nobody knows. Why? Because his ex on September 11, 2001, doing Sean for money. It's wrong. Basically, what happened is Diddy and Ross was a good buddies. Okay, they're gay. Who? Both Diddy and Ross and Canada. They all gay. DJ Kelly, Rick Ross, and PJ. Yeah. They all gay. Yeah. Gotcha. Canada is a Hamas supporter. Okay. Supporter? Hamas. Yeah. That's right. No. Hamas supporter. Okay. Basically, he's Arab, Palestinian. Okay. The Iraq agenda, okay, is basically binge drinking poured out on a yacht. They promote binge drinking and drugs. Yeah. The hip hop agenda was laid out by Obama during his last presidencies purposely. That's why they had Tupac killed. Because when they killed him, you gain fame. When people, your record sales go up, and people listen to your lyrics and everything, and then you become famous. Okay, that's how they do it, alright? Tupac's still alive. He's didn't hear that. Basically, what happened is an agenda to do drugs all over the United States. You need to report to DEA. They move all the dope, on private jets. Don't get screened by customs, by DEA, inside the United States. Okay, they move what's called high grade powder MDMA. They move cocaine, and they move liquid cocaine in the bottles too. Okay, so they put the liquid cocaine in the bottles and they move it. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've tried it myself. Having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Alright, call it GG. That's liquid cocaine. Alright. How do I know the conspiracy against Trump? Because it's in the Illinois card deck. He should look at it for himself. Let me bring it back to Thursday night, Friday morning. I mean, how did all of this? I think I better understand what you're saying. But what I want to know is how did that prompt you? How did that make you do what you did? Well, we're getting to a point that his assassination is coming. Mm-hmm. Okay, because it's an agenda they perpetrate on the media and the news. Example: Madonna is a kind of Mercedes, Mercedes. Mm-hmm. He has her going. This man said this stuff 4 or 5 years ago. This is online. This is viral online. 4 or 5 years ago. Viral online. 4 or 5 years ago. And it went on and on and on and on and on. Man. Bruh. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That's his allegations. But let's look at this. Right? Because this thing is crazy in the courtroom, y'all. Right? So, the judge asked for a sidebar, right? So they got a sidebar right now.
Unbelievable stuff, man. Totally unbelievable stuff, man. Crazy work, bro. I don't think you guys are ever going to see, hear, or experience a case like this ever again. Crazy work, y'all. Crazy work. Man, bro, so they're going to call him to that stand. They're going to call him to that stand. You understand? And I believe they're going to call Adi. I believe they're going to call Adi. And that is going to shake up this entire case. That is truly what I believe. Truly what I believe. When y'all smash the like button, y'all come on in here. Smash the like button, you guys come on in here. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate all of you guys. Man. Wow, y'all. Unbelievable stuff, man. Smash that like button, share the video as y'all come in the building, man. Salute to everybody that's in here. I appreciate all of you guys. Love, honor, respect to everybody that's in here. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everybody's doing well. This is one of those situations, man, where you guys are going to see it play out, man. I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this, man. Crazy work, man. Crazy work. Crazy work. Right? Unbelievable stuff, man. Let's get into it. All right. We still waiting. We still got a sidebar.
Hi, Lori.
We still waiting, man. We still got a sidebar. Hold on one second. I want you guys. Man. Man, oh man. What an explosive situation today, y'all.
Yeah, today is crazy.
Let me see something here. I want to look at this right here, you guys. Oh, shucks, my bad. Let me shout out these people real quick. My bad, y'all. My bad.